Tired of the same old boring vacation? How about checking into one of America's haunted hotels where the promise of a sleepless night is actually, that's a selling point. Not just tonight, but year-round. Our trick-or-treat travel editor, Peter Greenberg, here with a look at spooky resorts where guests have checked in, but apparently don't always check out. Peter, good morning.
Good morning. I found this in your closet, by the way.
I was going to say, I thought you were coming in costume. Let's talk about some of these places. Sure. Is there something to this? Is it legitimate, or is this just a kind of a scam?
You know what? It's entertaining. People believe it, and yet there's a lot of history here and a lot of legend that people have believed for decades and decades.
All right, well, let's get to some of these ghostly getaways. First, the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana. What's it about this place?
Well, you know, nothing says ghost more than Louisiana. This state has more haunted places supposedly than any other state. And this is the site of 10 murders since the place was built since 1794. 10, count them. And it's really the story of a former slave named Chloe who decided to get her revenge by poisoning the cake of the slave owner's children. And of course, they're still seen walking around the premises every day.
A real-life dead and breakfast.
Oh,
how about the Fairmont?
What was that again?
A dead and breakfast.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
How about the Fairmont in Vancouver, Canada?
Well, the Fairmont is about the lady in red. Yeah. It's a story of a woman who was actually killed by a car outside the hotel in 1944, and of course wearing her favorite red dress. Really? And she's been seen ever since living in the elevator shaft. Oh, there she goes.
There she goes.
Yes, and living in the elevator shaft of that hotel.
Kelly LeBrock, possibly.
Yes.
All right, how about the Morris Ranch Farmhouse? Where's this?
This is actually outside of Missoula, Montana, at a luxury resort called Paws Up. Really lovely place, except for this one house. It's actually a former ranch house, and I was just there a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
I'm telling you, it's scary. And people actually will spend $250 a night per person. It's $1,000 a night to rent this house. Yep. They want to get in this place. And it's all about a woman and her kid and appliances that talk, and one appliance that actually lights up and says, please. I'm sorry, that's what
please. And is it just one of those things because it's so isolated out there, it's just kind of lends to the eeriness of the place?
You've got thousands of acres, and most of the houses on this property are beautiful luxury, 3,000-foot square houses. And then there's this house, yeah.
Peter, you've got me scared. How about the Hotel Galvez in Galveston, Texas?
Well, this is an interesting story because it tells the story of a young woman who used to go up to the turrets to look out to the sea to try to find out when her fiance was going to come home. And somebody gave her wrong information one day and said he wasn't coming back, so she was found hanging from one of the turrets, and of course a month later, he came back. So she's not happy.
And finally, we've got the Bullock Hotel. This is in Deadwood, South Dakota.
What a great name for a hotel, right?
Love
in Deadwood. Well, it's named for a guy named Seth Bullock. He was the guy who brought law and order to this resort area when Wild Bill Hickok was basically gunned down in 1876. He was not only the sheriff, he then built and managed this hotel, and guess what? He's still there.
Really?
Yeah.
Peter, thank you. This has been...
Can I return this to the rental place now?
You may.
Okay, thanks.
But first, you've got some work to do behind the counter there. You've got some guests that might want to be checking in and not checking out.
Okay.